you said about kind of blood loss there. There's another match from your career that I'd love to ask you about because I think this is a bit of a sleeper one that a lot of people overlook. We've kind of got John Cena starting his retirement tour in 2025, and
Right.
I think that's kind of brought around a lot of reflection around John's career and actually what he achieved. And
Hmm.
there's a match that I always really, really loved from his, I think it was his second run as WWE champion,
Right.
Royal Rumble 2007, John Cena and Umaga, last man standing match.
Yes.
Absolutely brutal affair. I think it's
Yeah.
it's it's kind of got lost a little bit in the annals of time, really. It shouldn't because it's
Right.
classic match, brilliant last man
Sure
standing
is.
match, probably the
Sure
best
is.
I've ever seen. Cena bleeds buckets in that match. He
Yeah.
really does one hell of a
Yep.
blade job. What can you
Yep.
tell me about that match and also memories of Umaga? Because I think Umaga was just incredible in my
Well,
book.
at the end of that match, he was choking him with that rope or something, right?
Yeah,
So at the end of that match, now at this time, Eki, which is a manga, Eki Fatu, which God bless his soul, I miss him dearly. We were very good friends for years. He actually got me to move to Houston from New Jersey in '07. Said, hey, we're all moving to Houston from Pensacola. Come out. I was going to move to Florida, and then I wound up moving to Houston. Carlito moved to Houston. Sheldon Benjamin moved to Houston. And all these guys were moving to Houston at that time. So Davari and so me and Eki were really close friends, and I bought a house like 5 minutes from his development, like 5, 10 minutes away. So me and Eki were always hanging out. We're tight. Now, at the end of that match, it was such an awesome match to work in that match, right? And those matches are so hard on the referee because you lose your voice completely at the end because they want Kevin Dunn in the truck and Vince, they want loudness. One, like drama. Two, like,
well, it's
and
interesting
there's
because it's a rare moment when the referee isn't invisible, a last man standing match, isn't it? It's actually you
right.
are a very central third character.
True, right. Or like when you got to put the microphone in the I quit match,
Oh, I hated
like,
those.
I did too. Do you want to give it up? Do you want to
No.
quit? Whatever. I felt like hitting some of the boys over the top. And, hey, listen to me. You feel like giving it up? Like, get a pop out of the
You
fans.
remember Bob Backlund's one he did where he's just like,
so, so now we're into this match, right? And I remember, like, I've done a couple of them, and Vince and Kevin, and they're always like, Mike, fantastic job on that match. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, oh, I'm like, I didn't have to count to five. I didn't have to fucking enforce any rules or regulations. I didn't have to count to three or two and a half or two and close. I'm like, I'm like, what is so great that I did in these matches and all the other matches I do, taking bumps and and they're like, you're just so like your voice comes so great over the mic and this and one, two, and I'm like, okay, I hate these matches because I lose my voice at the end of the night. So I'm doing this match, and he's having a fucking hell of a match, Eki with Cena, right? And I remember I think Eki got like 200 grand for that match, you know. And I remember seeing the check. I think it was for that match, and I remember falling off the fucking table. I was like falling out of my chair, like what the? I got like 2, 3 grand for that match. You got 200. I'm like, what the? So and so at the end of the match, like he's got Cena's fucking like roaring now. He's like his adrenaline's you can see it in his eyes. He's fucking fired up. And he's got the rope choking him in his neck, and I'm like, what do you say, Umaga? You want
which
to give it
looks
up?
like a really scary spot. I was watching it back yesterday. Like,
Right,
genuinely, I don't know how he did that, but it doesn't look
right.
like there's any breathing room
And
in that at
and
all.
as I'm right, and as I'm in there, and I'm saying, oh, Oos, like means brother. I'm like, Oos, you fucking selling great, Oos, you're selling fucking great. So I think it was he's passed the fuck out. He passed out. He choked him out, Cena.
Well, legitimately.
Yeah, because like, and after I rang the bell, and I come back to Eki. I'm like, Oos, Eki. He was fucking out, and I'm like,
Wow.
Oos. I'm moving around. He's like starting to wake up. I'm like, Oos, you all right? He's oh, what? Oh. And I'm like, I didn't know he passed out. I was because I'm sitting there going, you're selling great, Oos. You're selling great. Fucking awesome sell, Oos. What do you say? You want to give it up? And he's already passed out for like 10 seconds.
Oh man, that's incredible. Yeah, because I was watching that spot back and I was
And
like, it's so powerful. I'm like, it
yeah,
does look like he's passed out, but
oh, he's
wow.
passed out. He passed out. for a sec, couple sec, for a little bit there. He passed out. So he's got his wits around. He's like, Kiki, man, I passed out. I'm like, what? He's like, I passed out. What happened? I'm like, holy shit, Oos. I'm like, I'm thinking you could have got really fucking hurt or something, or
Mm.
you know. And here I am fucking thinking I'm telling him you're selling great, like
Do
it's a
they
great sell
do they
job.
work through? Do they practice spots like that? Like the day before, would you work through
Um,
something like
I
the
mean, they
choke?
practice certain spots. Yeah, I don't know if they practice exactly that spot.
Mm.
That. Um, I mean, I know there had a lot to be done with the rope, and had the rope had to come off and all that other stuff, which was. But basically, they do go over spots like that. Yes, they do.
Yeah. There's a spot in that match which is painful to watch back where Umaga takes a shot with the monitor in the corner.
Okay.
Like literally gets it's like Cena
Yeah.
just hurls at him in the corner. Looks like
Yeah.
he was legitimately knocked out from
Now
that one as
they
well. That was
they
a
talk
tough.
about those spots, Ben, but they don't really practice those spots or
No.
practice a chair shot or it's just the way it is. And you know what? You want to make it look good, like as a referee, Rock and Stone Cold when I did WrestleMania. Philadelphia was my hometown. I was doing the first 10 minutes, and I had to take the chair shot to the head. And Stone Cold said,
Oh
"Hey,"
yeah, I remember that one.
he said, "Hey kid, man, you're gonna have to put your hands up for this." I was like, "Nah, Steve, just bring it, man. I mean, what am I got to take one chair shot?" And you guys take chair shots all day long. You fucking all the bumps you guys take, to make us money. I'm not blocking it. It's supposed to be out of the blue anyway, so I didn't see it coming, right? So, and it did, and boom, he back. But I'll tell you one, I got a bonus for it. JR hooked me up. But man, that thing rang my ears. They rang for a couple of days. My neck hurt for a week or two. It was stiff as all get out. I mean,
I
those chair
bet.
shots are no joke.
No, 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 absolutely.